My child, listen to me with your whole heart right now, because heaven is calling you in this very moment. And this call is not faint, not accidental, not something you can afford to overlook. It is a call that has been echoing over your life long before your eyes reached this message. This moment was carefully placed by my hand in your story, woven into the fabric of time and written into your story. You didn't come here because you scrolled at the right time. There's no chance that you're here. You are here because I, Jesus, put this message right in front of you as a divine appointment, a holy interruption, and a sign that the time you have been stuck in is finally changing. Heaven is calling you right now, my child. Don't turn away. Do not pass up this chance, because you will miss what I sent from heaven just for you if you look away. Scroll past or shut down what your spirit is finally starting to sense. Dear one, I have seen you through days when your heart was heavy and your thoughts were loud. There were times when you wondered if I still saw you, heard you, and cared about the fights you couldn't talk about. I saw every tear you tried to hide. I heard every question you tried to hide in the back of your mind through fear, doubt, loneliness, and nights when you asked, Lord, do you still remember me? I saw you through every step you took. Yes, my child, I remembered. I thought about you when you thought no one would. You thought I was far away, but I stayed close. You thought no one was fighting for you, but I was there for you. I looked out for your heart even when you thought it was breaking. Today, right now, this holy hand-picked moment, I'm calling you because something in your spirit has reached a point where it can't stay quiet, asleep, or hidden under the weight of everything you've been through. Heaven is calling you, and it's not a nice call. It's important. It's getting tight. There is a bell for you because something has changed in the spiritual world, and I don't want you to miss what is happening. My child, some messages are meant to comfort you and others to warn you. This one, however, is neither. It is a call. A call from God to move on to the next part of who you are becoming. Do not tell yourself that this is just another moment, message, or voice in the noise. No, my love, this is me. This is Christ. This is your Savior speaking to you in the deepest part of your heart. He is calling you by name and reaching out to you quickly because He knows you are about to step into something bigger than you have ever known. Your heart might be shaking right now. Someone may be moving in a way you haven't felt in a long time. You might feel a warmth, a weight, a pull, or the sudden knowledge that something holy is going on. That's where I am. Your spirit is being touched by my voice. That's heaven getting closer to you. These words are reaching you now at this hour, after the days you cried, the nights you fought, and the times you questioned your worth, your future, and my plan for you. Do you think it's a coincidence? No, my child. This is not a crazy thing. I set up this meeting with divine purpose in mind. Every second that led you to this point was planned by me. I set up time, place, feeling, and even the way your heart was beating so that you would be able to hear heaven calling. This message opens a door. I will tell you things you weren't ready to hear before. If you go through it, stay with me and let these words really hit you. I will show you why you were late, why you fought, and why you thought the wounds you had thought would never heal ever would. You've been carrying too much weight by yourself for too long. I will take it off of you. I will let your spirit see what I have been planning behind your back. But if you walk away now, if you ignore this call, if you decide that this moment is not important, you will miss something that heaven made just for you. This writing was a divine answer sent to you. You will miss the clarity, the breakthrough, the healing, the direction, and the answer. When I call you, my beloved child, it's because the time of year has changed. You're on the verge of something new. You have reached the point where the past no longer holds you. Where old wounds start to heal and where the weight that has been following you starts to lift. But this can't happen if you're not aware, open, and ready to listen. That's why my voice is too loud. That's why I put these words in front of you. This is why heaven is calling you so clearly, loudly, and over again. You can't stay where you are anymore. You have too much waiting inside you. Too many things are calling you forward. I have too much planned for your next chapter. Please take these words to heart, my child. You are being called by heaven right now. Not tomorrow. Not one day. Not until you're ready. Right now, it's time now. Now is the time. This is God's invitation which holds the weight of fate. I didn't call anyone else. I called you. This message wasn't meant for someone else. I'll send it to you. It wasn't someone who was more perfect, more put together, more holy, or more sure of themselves that I rang this beautiful bell. For the person who feels unworthy, tired, forgotten, or small, I rang the bell because they need this message more than they know. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. You, my beloved child, listen up. Do not leave today. You will miss what heaven has in store for you if you don't answer this call. However, if you wait until the end, I will show you that this very moment is the start of everything you have prayed for. Type Amen. If Jesus holds all the answers to your problems, then He is the answer to all my problems. My child, please open your whole heart right now. I am calling you directly, personally, and on purpose with a voice that has been echoing through time and space to reach you right now. This call from heaven is clear, strong, and not too far away. It's still ringing in your spirit, shaking things you haven't touched in a long time. Even if you can't hear it, I promise that your soul knows what it is. It's clear to your spirit. It's in your heart. You can feel something awakening inside you that you can't put into words with normal language. That shaking is me. I'm that pull. That sudden stillness around you, that heavy feeling in your chest. And the knowledge that something is happening right now are all signs that my call has reached you deep down. Please don't ignore the sound of heaven when it comes to you, child. It's not just a message. This is a call from God over your life. You could tell yourself that you found this message by accident, but the truth is that I know you did. There's no way out of this. In my kingdom, nothing happens by chance. God made galaxies on purpose and breathed life into you on purpose. So there is no chance with Him. Do not blame an algorithm or a digital accident for this holy moment. Don't think that you just happen to be here. I chose to put this message in front of you. I planned this moment for a long time before you showed up. To make sure you would be here right now with an open heart to hear me calling, I lined up your circumstances, breaths, thoughts, the rhythms of time, and spiritual movements that you can't see. Even when you felt alone, forgotten or unnoticed, I was following you, waiting for you, watching you, protecting you, and getting you ready. Even when you stopped moving toward me, I kept moving toward you. I'm calling you child because your spirit is finally ready to hear me again. There were times when my voice called out to you, but there was too much noise around you. There were times when I whispered. Your heart was too hurt to recognize me, though. There were times when I got closer, but your tears made it hard to hear me. Do not feel bad about yourself. I never felt sorry for you. I never looked away from you. Instead, I waited with all the patience in the world, knowing that the day would come when your soul would get soft again, when your spirit would start to flow again, when your heart would hurt so much that you would hear my call, not as an idea or a chance, but as a way to stay alive. Today is the day. Right now is holy, because your heart is closer to heaven than it has been in a long time. I've seen you walk through storms that should have broken you. I've seen you get up on days when you didn't feel like it. I have kept track of every sigh, tear, prayer, and silent scream you let out that no one else heard. You never told me about the pain you were in, the fights you didn't understand, and the weights that were too heavy for your shoulders. When you were ready to give up, I saw you. When you asked yourself what your purpose was, I saw you. You asked me if I still had a plan for you. And I saw you. And my child, I felt closer to you then than you will ever know. I wasn't far away. I didn't stay quiet. I didn't feel nothing. With love, I was watching you, waiting for the moment when your spirit would finally rise again to answer the call that has been following you since the day you were born. Something is going on around you in the realm of the unseen. For real, you can't see it, but your spirit has already felt it. The mood around you has been changing. The weight you've been carrying doesn't feel heavier. It feels different. The last few thoughts you've been having are not normal ones. It's not random when you feel sudden bursts of emotion. Your heart softening without warning, longing rising on its own, or the feeling that something is changing. Those are signs from above. Those are the vibrations that happen before something changes. Those are the signs of a change in the spirit world. My phone is ringing because this shift is directly about you. You are being pulled out of an old season and into a new one. My child, you need to answer this call and come into what I've set up. Really understand this. No, I'm not calling you because you're great. You already know everything. So, I'm not calling you. I'm not calling you because you have always been sure of your faith. You are mine, so I'm calling you. I love you, so I'm calling you. Your destiny won't go away. No matter how many times life has tried to bury it, that's why I'm calling you. You are important to me. Your future is important and your purpose is still alive in my plan. So, I'm calling you. Yes, I'm calling you because your life is changing. You won't be able to move on to the next chapter until you can clearly hear my voice. Please use your heart instead of your hands to answer this call. My child, you don't have to make a sound or move to answer me. You don't need to say anything. There is nothing you need to do. Just let your heart be open. Allow your spirit to speak. Say to yourself, Lord, I'm listening. That's how you answer me. That's how you answer my call. I am not trying to convert you to Christianity. I want to be in a relationship with you. I'm not calling you to put pressure on you. I want you to be present with me. I'm not trying to make you afraid. I'm pulling you away from danger. My call is not meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up because for too long something inside you has been sleeping. Something inside you has been ready to come back to life. You've been wanting my voice even though you didn't know how to say it. You didn't always know it. But your heart has been in a battle for a long time. The enemy tried to drown out my voice with fear, anxiety, shame, loneliness, noise, and confusion. But my call has always been louder than his lies. I've been calling you all year long. I called you when I was happy. When I was sad, I called you. I called you when you were strong and when you were weak. But my call sounds louder now because your life has a spiritual air that is rare and holy that has opened up. There is a bend in heaven toward you. An angel has come close to you. The Holy Spirit is moving all around you. And it's me, Jesus, calling to your heart because the chain is about to break. There's a door about to open. The season is about to change. To receive it, your spirit must be awake. Maybe you're not sure why this call seems so important. It's because time is getting faster. Now, I don't want you to miss the chance to change, which is now open. At certain points in every soul's life, heaven makes a sound that needs to be answered. Now is one of those times for you. Now is the time when the old chains start to break. At this point, things start to become clear. Now is the time when the weight on your shoulders starts to lift. Now is the time when your heart starts to beat again. Now is the time when heaven reaches down and tells us to rise. I'm calling you up. Also, my child, I won't let you miss this moment. You have made me wait for you with patience that never runs out. I have loved you with a love that never ends. I have kept you safe with a strength you didn't fully understand. This is my clear call to you which your heart can no longer ignore. So, beloved, listen to me now. Use your heart, not your hands, to answer this call. Take it up with an open mind. You should pick it up with your weakness. If you're ready to let me reach into parts of you that have been quiet for too long, pick it up. You did not end up reading this by accident. This is what you're reading because heaven called your name. I will keep calling and your heart will answer. Come closer, my child. I'm about to talk to you about the things you keep hidden from everyone else and the things you find hard to face yourself. My heart goes deep into the places where your tears fall quietly. Your fears whisper loudly and your wounds linger in the corners of your soul. Today I want to talk to the hurting parts of you that you hide and the parts that shake behind the smile you wear when everyone is looking. I'm talking to the heart you keep closed. The weight you've learned to carry by yourself and the sadness that presses against your chest when everything is quiet. I see things that no one else does. My child, no one else knows what I know. There's something I understand that no one else does, and I need you to hear me now. I was there. You have been through times when you felt like no one could see or hear you. There were a lot of ways you were breaking down inside that no one could see. You tried to be strong, steady, and the one who didn't fall apart. When everyone else was asleep, you cried into your pillow and quickly wiped away your tears as if that would take away the pain. Why do I feel so alone? You whispered as you pressed your face into your hands when the weight got too much. I saw every tear that came out of your eyes. My child, I could feel the shake in your breath. I could hear the soft sob you tried to hide. Also, I want you to know something, Holy. None of those tears were wasted. I got all of them together. At times, you just knew it hurt and didn't know what you were feeling. There were times when the pain inside you was too great to describe, too deep to name, and too heavy for your body to carry. You tried to ignore it, push through it, and act like it didn't matter. But the pain came back when the room was quiet and things were moving more slowly. You were so good at hiding your sadness, but it got back into your soul and wrapped itself around your thoughts. I still leaned close to you, even more so then. I wrapped my arms around your weak heart, the way a parent holds a shaking child in their arms. I had you in my arms. Yes, my beloved. I held you even when you couldn't feel me. There were nights when you were scared of the future. The fear of failing. The fear of not being loved. I'm afraid of losing more, not being enough, and never getting better. Fear that they will never find peace. You whispered your fears into the darkness. Like you were telling someone something you were embarrassed to say out loud. You had doubts about your worth, your purpose, your strength, and your voice. You were not sure if you were important, if anyone cared, or if your life had any real meaning. But listen up, kid. I cared. I really cared. I heard all of your fears, even the ones you couldn't put into words. I got every question. Even the ones you stopped asking in the middle. I also didn't judge you. I didn't get tired of you. I didn't get tired of hearing your cries over and over. I stayed. I heard it. I took on your pain in my spirit. Because I love you with a love that never ends. Doesn't break or run away. The things you were carrying were way too heavy for your shoulders. You pushed yourself to keep working even though your heart was tired. Even when you didn't have anything left, you kept giving. You kept showing up. Even when you felt like giving up. When your heart was tired, you smiled. You helped others feel better even though you were hurting yourself. You tried to be dependable even though you weren't strong. You hid the fact that you were upset because you didn't want to be a bother. But kid, you were never a bother to me. I never told you to do that all by yourself. I never meant for you to have to carry the weight by yourself. That's not what you were made to do. Protect, heal, and save yourself. That was never my plan for you. You took on the responsibilities that were supposed to fall on me. Still, I walked with you even when you tried to carry them by yourself. There were times when you thought everyone, even me, had forgotten about you. When you looked at your life, you saw gaps. You saw prayers go unanswered. You didn't see direction. You saw silence. You then thought, perhaps God has moved on. He might have more important people to take care of. Perhaps I'm not seen anymore. I will never forget you, my love. I never forgot about you. I never took my eyes off of you for a second. You were always in the center of my attention. You were always the most important thing to me. I was keeping an eye on you. Even when you didn't feel seen, I heard every word you didn't say when you felt like you weren't being heard. I was closer to you than your own breath when you felt alone. You were not left behind. You were taken care of. I saw you try to keep yourself together even though you knew inside you that everything was breaking down. I saw you fake smile so no one would ask what was wrong. I saw how you carried your sadness with you as you took on responsibilities when you said you didn't think your life would ever get better. I saw my child. You thought you were walking by yourself the whole time, but I was right next to you. At all times when you thought you weren't being seen, I was lovingly watching you. I was listening with compassion. The whole time you felt like you weren't being heard. I held your hand over yours every time you felt like you weren't safe. Do you know what I mean when I say I was there? It means that when you were at your weakest, when you thought you were broken beyond repair, I was the one who kept your spirit from falling apart completely. It means that when your thoughts were dark, I put light in your mind that you couldn't see to help you keep going. It means that when fear tried to break your heart, I held back the weight so it wouldn't kill you. That is when the enemy spoke lies into your spirit, lies about who you are, what you're worth. I kept your soul from fully believing them. It means that when the pain in your chest grew like a flood, I helped you stand by being strong in a quiet way. My beloved, I have been your guardian even when you didn't know you needed it. I have been there for you through the pain you didn't show because you thought no one would understand. I got it though. I understood the sadness you couldn't talk about. I knew the sadness you were hiding behind your eyes. There were times when you felt like you had no one to turn to and were feeling very lonely. I could relate to how tired you were every day. I knew how much you wanted to feel better that kept you up at night. I want you to know that you were never alone through it all. And every time you thought you were about to snap, I filled in the holes in your heart and held you together. I held you up every time you thought you were going to fall apart. I whispered your name into the void. Every time you thought you were forgotten, I gave you a spark of strength. Every time you lost hope, it was there. Even if you didn't notice it, the quiet push that kept you from giving up. That was me. That was my hand. That was my love not letting you drown. And my child, I kept you safe even when you thought I wasn't there. You didn't always see how I kept you safe from harm that never reached you. The blows that didn't hurt you. The risks that you never came across. You saw the fights you were in, but not the ones other people fought. They never got to your house because I won for you. The times when bad things were meant to happen to you, but never did. That was my defense. The times when stress tried to break you but failed. That was me being there. When the darkness tried to swallow your hope but failed. That was my light. I fought for you even when I didn't say a word. My dear, the pain you felt alone was never really pain you felt alone. I was with you in the quiet room. I was in the car with you when you started to cry. I was standing next to you when you felt alone. I was around you when your thoughts went off the rails. You fell to your knees while I held you. And I held you the whole time. We haven't forgotten about you. You are seen by everyone. You are being heard. You are not left alone. You are mine. Yes, please. Christ is the only thing that holds my hope together. And I hope that your faith does too. Please take a moment to breathe and let my words sink in deeply into the places where your loneliness has lived for too long. My child, I'm going to talk directly to you about the fights you fought alone. The nights you cried so hard that your pillow was wet. There were times when you felt broken in ways you couldn't explain. I will come for the nights when everyone else slept and you stayed awake and stared into the dark. You felt like your heart was carrying more than it should have. You whispered into the night, not sure if I heard you, if anyone cared, or if your tears were important. And I promise you now, my love, those tears were never forgotten. I held those quiet cries in my hands. Heaven could hear those shaking breaths. You were not the only one crying. Even though you couldn't feel me, I was sitting next to you with my arms around you. I was the warmth that you felt when you were weak. I was the calm that you felt when your spirit was shaking. During those sad nights, you thought you were by yourself, but I was closer to you than at any other time. You have been hurt by betrayals from people you trusted, who you let close, and who you thought would keep your heart safe. Some of them hurt you without meaning to. And some of them knew they were hurting you. Their words hurt more deeply than wounds. The things they did broke down weak parts of you. You didn't know how to fill the holes in your life that they left behind. I saw everything. I saw the moment when their betrayal hurt you the most. I saw your hope break when it did. I saw the moment when someone else's actions made you doubt your own worth. I never meant for you to have to go through the pain of being betrayed by someone else. My child, even when they let you down, I stayed true to you. I held you closer when they left you. I chose you over and over again when they turned you down. Also, I want you to understand me well. Their betrayal didn't show how valuable you were. It showed them how broken they were. It didn't make you less valuable. It showed them the places where they were hurting. Finally, I saw your broken heart, the one you tried to hide by being strong. You kept it to yourself, hoping that time would heal it. You felt better over time, but the wound wasn't just on the surface of your heart. It was a wound that went deep into who you are. It made you wonder if someone liked you, if you were good enough, or if there was something wrong with you. I saw how you smiled on the outside, but on the inside you were sad. I saw how you tried to move forward even though you were still bleeding in some places. You thought I was quiet while your heart broke. But I was the one who kept it from breaking for good. I spoke strength into your spirit when you thought you couldn't handle the pain. I was there when it was quiet and no one else was, but you didn't see me. Please pay attention. The heartbreak you went through wasn't punishment. It was a change of topic. I took away the thing that would have killed you. I kept you away from things that couldn't value you. Even though you didn't understand why you lost, I watched over your future. But you've also felt the pain of disappointment when things didn't go the way you had planned. When your hopes and dreams were met with silence. When you prayed for doors to open, but they didn't, leaving you confused and worn out. You were sad, down, and angry, and you didn't know if you would ever find the answers you were looking for. You saw others moving forward while you stayed where you were. You thought something was wrong with you because it felt like you were making little to no progress. But my child, your delays were never a way of saying no. They were getting ready. They kept people safe. They were changes in alignment. The closed doors didn't mean I wasn't there. They meant I loved them. I wouldn't let you go into anything that would have held you back, trapped you, or taken you away from the purpose I gave you. I know that the disappointment made you feel very sad. I know it made you feel like you couldn't reach the future. During that time of waiting though, I was shaping you, making you stronger, more mature, better, and ready for what's next. Also, let me talk about how tired you've been feeling. Some days your body moved, but your soul was tired. Even though you could do things, you didn't feel alive. When you woke up, you felt heavy for no reason. You didn't feel tired from not getting enough sleep. You were tired from the battles going on inside you. Battles of doubt, fear, stress, confusion, loneliness, and worry. You prayed, but nothing came back to you. You had faith, but you were tired. You hoped, but the weight was getting old. You had a lot of duties, expectations, and emotional weight that made you weak over time. And even though you held on, tried and kept going, your spirit said, "Lord, I'm tired." I heard that whisper, "My child." I saw how tired they looked. I could feel how heavy your soul was. I could see that you were tired. I also want to tell you that you are tired because the battle has been long, not because you are weak. You're tired because you haven't had a chance to rest, not because you are weak. And I'm here to give you back what life has taken away. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to still souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. You felt like you were stuck in the same season with the same problems, habits, and questions that you can't answer. Not much was changing and you couldn't figure out why you couldn't move forward. You thought your life was stuck because everyone else's was moving forward. That made you angry and like you were forgotten. You were never stuck though, my love, because the base below you was still being built. I was holding you in place with my hand. You could not move until the ground was stable. So, I had to stop you. I wasn't just taking my time with you. I was setting you up behind the scenes. I was moving things around. I took away the things that you couldn't bring with you. I was putting together the things you needed for the next part. What about that visual construction made you feel like it was stuck? What seemed like a delay was actually getting ready. What seemed like a setback was actually the slow growth of something bigger. I know that feeling of being forgotten has been following you around like a shadow. You asked why other people were getting answers and you were getting silence. You didn't understand why progress seemed so far away. It seemed like blessing was late. You didn't understand why progress was taking so long. You felt like nobody, not even me, cared about you. Not other people, not life, not even me. But I want you to know, my child, that I never forgot about you. I thought about you all the time. I kept an eye on you the whole time. I never stopped doing things for you. I didn't stop putting your story together. I never stopped looking out for your future. You had trouble with the timing, but I got it right. You were scared by the silence, but I was just planning what to say. What you thought was giving up was actually getting ready. What you thought was delay was really safety. You thought I was keeping my distance because I was working so hard behind the scenes that I had to be quiet. Say amen. No matter what I can't see, I think He's working behind the scenes. Share this video, too. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens.